Tribe, it's your girl Naja here, and I am back with another video, and this video is going to be a Tribe tea segment. I know you guys love sending me your stories and hearing my reaction. I know you guys love sharing your stories, so here we go. A lot of you guys always ask me about Tribe teas and when I'm gonna post my next one, so I just wanted to bless y'all. And yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. If you like any of the stories I'm about to tell, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It helps out a lot. All right, let's go through the email. This one says, I'm torn between my best friend and his girlfriend. Okay. Hi Naja, I wanted to start this video by saying I love you and your videos. Thank you. And your last name, I'm not gonna expose it, but I really like your last name. Okay, this all started not too long ago actually. About 2 months ago, I started hanging with my friend Sean and his girlfriend Julie. Backstory, me and Sean have been friends for years and he called me his sister. So we would hang out every day. They would spend the night every single night, just have fun. I consider them really good friends. We all did everything together, and even though I was a third wheel, I didn't really mind. Fast forward like a month, Julie and I started getting really close and we would tell each other everything. I thought she was like my best friend. When she started coming over by herself, Sean would get mad, and I mean mad. Sean might know something that you don't know. Sean might know some shit about Julie that you don't know. Julie probably did some shit to Sean that he's too embarrassed to tell you that you don't know about. And that's just tea. Started acting crazy. I don't know about you, but that shit bothers me and really makes me think differently about a person. But I didn't say anything because we were close. You should have asked him why he was acting so damn crazy. And like, damn Sean, why are you acting crazy out of nowhere? So Sean has always been a player and fucked with girls' emotions. So one day he told me he cheated. That's why he was pressed. He was out here cheating. That's why he was pressed. I wasn't surprised, but I wasn't very close to Julie at the time or really knew her to just be like, hey, your boyfriend's cheating on you. I have no proof because he said it to me in person, but just believe me. So I let it go. When I started getting close to her, I felt so bad for her. I saw him treat this poor girl like shit. So about 2 weeks ago now, they got into a big argument, and I know what it's like to be hurt. So they were on a break and she was gonna leave him, already burned everything, so I decided to tell her. Oh, so she burned all his shit. Okay. Julie told Sean and Sean flipped out on me, full freak out. I felt bad for Sean because I really cared about him like a brother, but I did not accept cheating. But about an hour later, Julie unadds me from everything and takes his side. I don't know what to do. I lost 2 very important people for doing what I thought was the right thing. Did I mess up? Thank you for reading the story if it was boring, and sorry for my grammar and spelling. I absolutely love you, and I'm gonna start my own YouTube sometime. Thanks for the motivation. No problem. Okay, so in my opinion, I feel like you should hit up, what'd you say the dude's name was? Sean? Is that what you said his name was? I think that you should hit up Sean and apologize to him for getting in his business, because if you wanted Julie to know, like literally, there are some girls that will always take the dude's side no matter what, and I feel like you kind of felt like that girl code with her, like it was your obligation to tell her because she was another female, and I get that. But if I were you, I would have went the Jersey Shore approach. I would have typed up a note and then just gave it to her type shit, because like now that you're in the middle of it, it's fucked. So if I were you, I would hit up Sean and be like, hey, I'm sorry I got in you guys' business. It really wasn't my place. I really value our friendship type shit, and at least try to mend things with Sean, because it seems to me whatever Sean does, Julie's just gonna follow anyway. But unfortunately, there are a lot of weak-minded girls out there like that. I feel like your friendship with Sean should be the first priority, because Sean's always been there. But if he doesn't want to get back in a friendship with you, then I mean shit, it is what it is. Julie most likely isn't going to be there forever. He'll most likely come around anyway. Men are like way more simple than women. Like they're very black and white. It's either they're gonna fuck with you or they're not. But it's not the same as like how girls, we drag stuff on and things are so dramatic and blah blah blah. One day he's probably just gonna pop up and be like, hey, what's up, how you been? Like as if nothing ever happened. That's just how dudes are. Like my best friend is a guy. It's just how they are, and I kind of like it about them. But yeah, definitely if you just hit him up, say I'm sorry I got in your business, work on Sean and not so much Julie, basically. All right, let's see if we can find another one. This one is called Possessive Boyfriend or Do I Suck? Hey Naja, let me start off by saying that I love your channel and I watch you every day. Thanks, girl. You are the shit. Anyway, I'm 19 years old and my story may be a bit lengthy, but I need a second opinion on it. Feel free to put it on your channel because I would like to hear other people's opinions. So here it goes. Back in 2012, I dated this guy from school. Let's call him Jacob. Jacob and I dated all the way from 7th grade to freshman year, and we had more of an adult relationship than most preteens or teens. We spent every day together and eventually ended up losing our virginity to each other. Just because you can fuck does not make you mature. Like, dogs fuck. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make you any more mature than anybody. You guys did have an immature relationship because you were young, literally. Like, you guys were young. The relationship I'm in now is my first ever mature relationship because we're paying bills and we both work and we put food in our mouth to keep a roof over our head. Like, y'all had a young, immature relationship. Anybody can fuck. Freshman year, a lot of rough stuff happened and we eventually were basically forced to break up. That is a whole nother story. Anyways, we broke up in like 2014, I think. After that, I had a lot of heavy stuff going on in my life and I moved in with my dad. My dad lived in a different city, so I changed schools and I started to get really close with this girl named Blue. To give you a perspective, you remind me a lot of her. You guys have like the same exact personality and are both natural black girls with like a chill ass vibe. Maybe that's why I fuck with you so much. I don't know, girl. I don't know. But anyways, Blue is kind of my only friend because I was very shy and antisocial. We started hanging out more and more, then eventually we would hang out all the time and made the best memories and became basically inseparable. She told me she was bisexual, which obviously I didn't think anything of, and there were a couple times when she would just randomly ask me if I was bi or have done anything with a girl, and I told her I have never done anything with a girl, but I did not really think anything of it. One night we were chilling and smoking and we turned on a movie and we just started kissing. It just happened. Then one thing led to another and we ended up hooking up. It wasn't really weird or anything. It didn't really change our friendship. Then it happened again one night and after that it got a little bit different. Girl, I'm telling you, these gay girls, they prey on people like you, girl. They prey on people like you. Like, I be trying to tell these girls all the time, I'm like, girl, do not be trying to flirt with me. Like, do not lead me on because you will get fucked. Like, don't do it. Like, just don't. Like, you're gonna, what are we doing? And it'll be all consensual. Like, what do you mean? Like, literally. And it's never a good idea to fuck your friends. I know you may feel like it doesn't ruin the relationship. It may not ruin it, but it definitely changes the dynamic of the friendship. I couldn't tell if I was catching romantic we were both 16 when this happened. I couldn't tell if I was catching romantic feelings for her or not, but I know I got way more protective over her and felt way more strongly towards her, and I eventually told her, but she didn't want to ruin our friendship, even though she continuously led me on and encouraged me to hook up with her. Girl, straight girls, okay? Again, that's the game. Like, it's the game. Like, if you're a straight girl, okay, do not come around us trying to be flirtatious and trying to experiment and blah, 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 like, you know, because we're gonna pounce. We're gonna pounce, bitch. Like, you might catch feelings. Like, you might get turned out. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's just the game. Like, I don't know. So we eventually got past that and we never brought it up again. Well, a few months later, I started talking to Jacob again and I told him about it. I don't know why, because I should have known how he is. He went to a different school and me and Blue were going to the same school. At first he got kind of weird whenever I would bring her up or say that I hung out with her or sat with her at lunch. Well, me and Blue eventually started to fall off because I started to go through some crazy stuff with my dad and I didn't really feel like she was there for me. We were still cool, but we weren't best friends like we once were. Then Jacob forbid me from talking to her or having any sort of friendship with her because he considers her as one of my exes and I shouldn't talk to anyone I once had feelings for, but I don't even feel like it was like that or it was that deep. He sounds really insecure, super insecure, and it may just be because you guys were intimate at a young age and he's feeling insecure, point blank period, but it's just like, that's not really an ex, it's just somebody you hooked up with. Like, she didn't claim you, you don't claim being in a relationship with her. So I mean, shit, it was just a hookup. Like, grow up. The fuck? I try to explain to him that I think I was just bi-curious and I don't even think of her like that anymore, and neither does she. We're both 19 now. I still talk to her, but I don't tell Jacob. Am I wrong, or is he just being overly possessive? Sorry, this is so lengthy. I tried to make it as brief as I could, but it's just a super long story. Also, I'd like to add that I moved in with him summer 16 because my dad kicked me out, so we live together. Okay, that brings a whole new dynamic to your situation, the fact that you're living with him. I would respect his wishes and not talk to her only because you're under his house. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I know it sucks because if the circumstances were different and you weren't living in his house because that was your only option of a place to live, I would just tell him like, hey, this is just a friend. It's not a big deal. Like, I could talk to whoever I want to talk to type shit. But because you guys are in a relationship, you're living with him, and his only thing is do not talk to this girl, like, it's gonna be really shitty. But you kind of have to you kind of get into survival mode and do what the fuck you have to do. Like, if anything, hopefully your friend will understand that. Most likely she's gonna be hurt by it. Shit, maybe even set it up to where she can talk to him and explain to him like, hey, there is nothing going on. You do not have to be intimidated by me. Like, there's nothing going on. Maybe try that, have her talk to him. But if you can't arrange that conversation, it sucks, but I would just stop talking to her or be homeless. I mean, if y'all friendship is that cool that you're willing to be homeless, or she'll let you live with her, like, you get what I'm saying? You get the gist of what I'm saying, okay? I mean, anybody else got any advice? I'm just saying what I would do in that situation. I mean, shit. But no offense, when I was 19, I was living by myself. Like, I can't be having ultimatums over my head. Like, I hate when people do that. And that's why I feel like you may feel like you're being possessed or controlled because of that. Because if you already have an insecure person and then you give them a power such as like, oh, well, if they're not there, then you're homeless, and that just adds on to it. So it's like, he's not possessive, he's just insecure, but because he has so much pull in your relationship, I can see how you would feel that way, because I would feel that way too. This one is called Drunk Bitch Tried to Cut Me. Okay. Naja, I love your videos and decided to tell you about the worst drama I've ever been involved in. Before we start, the names have been changed, including my own. You can call me Warren. Time to peel, I was about to say time to peel the tea. Time to spill the tea. Mentally prepare yourself. This is crazy as hell. Okay, let's go. Hopefully this is lit, you know. Okay, so this happened back when I was a senior in high school. At this point, I was already out as a gay and had a crush on this bi boy. Let's call him Matthew. I had liked him since 10th grade but never told him. So finally I gathered the courage to ask him to go out for coffee after school. He agreed, we went out, got our drinks, etc. We were just sitting there and catching up since the last time we hung out, and I found out he got a girlfriend. Sure, I was happy for Matthew, but I made it obvious that this was a date sort of ordeal. No, you didn't. You said let's go and get some coffee. That's not a date. Like, if I go up to somebody like, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee, like, that's not a date. Like, what? I brushed it off and told him that I had to go home, and I left. Aw. I sort of forget about everything until a few weeks later I heard that Matthew and his girlfriend, we'll call her Maria or Mariah, let's call her Maria, broke up. Part of me wanted to make a move and ask Matthew on a real date, but I decided it was too soon. 2 days later, Matthew texted me at 2 a.m. I ignored it, yes. Then he started calling me, oh God. He called me 6 times and then I finally picked up mad as hell. Bitch, it's 2 a.m. I have a history test tomorrow. The fuck you want? Anyway, he was drunk, like drunk. Note that most kids at my school were highly into drinking and always up to some illegal shit. I mean, what high school kids, seniors aren't? So he's drunk and starts talking about how he's liked me forever and only dated Maria to make me jealous. I just sighed and asked what the fuck he wanted from me. I really didn't like the idea of alcohol, especially since my cousin passed away when he was hit by a drunk driver. Oh, that's so sad. That's so shitty. Anyways, Matthew started rambling on and I asked him to get to the point already. He told me that he needed a ride home and called me because he knew my dad had the night shift and wouldn't know I snuck out because I just lived with my dad. Matthew had driven there, and as much as I didn't want to pick him up, I did. The thought of him driving home drunk, or anyone for that matter, made me think of my cousin, so I grabbed my car keys and drove to the address he gave me. When I got there, a full-out party was going on. I walked in and looked for Matthew. Eventually, I found him in the kitchen. When Matthew saw me, he gave me a hug and kissed my cheek. He's a lovey-dovey type of drunk. I'm like, sir, your breath is spicy. It smells like liquor, beer, or something. You know, I don't need that in my general facility. He tried to kiss me again and I pushed him away, telling him it's time to go home. Again, he tried to kiss me and then all hell broke loose. I heard a scream. Not a small scream, but a blood-curdling screech. Ooh, those adjectives. She came up to me and started screaming, tears running down her ugly ass face. Damn, why she had to be all that? Why Maria had to be all that? She tried to hit me and someone else grabbed her. While being held back, the bitch yelled something along the lines of, "You fucking faggot. It's cause of you, my boyfriend left me, go to hell." Oh, bitch, really? That's how you know when a bitch lost. Like, you ain't had to pull all that shit out your pocket. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's other ways to cut a bitch down. Like, really? That's what she resorted to? Okay. She stomped on the foot of the girl who was holding her back and got out. Maria grabbed a knife from the counter display and started staggering towards me and screaming. I moved out of the way and she fell onto the fridge. I grabbed Matthew by the collar of his shirt and started running. While running from Maria, Matthew fell because he was too drunk to move properly. I picked his drunk ass up and dipped out the house with speed I didn't know I had. That party was shut down when the police were called. A few boys had started firing guns into the backyard pool and the neighbors flipped out. Where do you live? This sounds very southern. This sounds like a southern ass story. Anyways, I took Matthew home and slowly distanced myself away from him for a while. We completely stopped talking by graduation. 2 years later, current day, we saw each other in a Walmart real late at night and started hanging out again. We went on a few dates recently and I can say he's really cleaned up his act since high school. A lot of people do, to be honest. Like, guys, like, the people that you see walking around in your high school halls are not going to be the same people in like 2 to 3 years after you guys graduate. Like, it's all just this weird hierarchy of facade. Like, people change, trust me. He no longer drinks and he has a stable job. I'm probably gonna ask him to be my boyfriend soon. Anyways, that was the time a drunk bitch tried to cut me. Hope the story was juicy enough for you. I'm proud of how hard you work. Oh, thank you. Best of luck to you. Bitch, if I was you, I would have got some witnesses from that party and got that bitch for like attempted murder. Like, the fuck? You're not about to lunge at me with no knife. I would have had some repercussions too. Like, if you weren't gonna press charges on that bitch for attempted murder or like assault with a deadly weapon or some shit, you know, paralegal justice Naja here knows everything about the law apparently. Yeah, I would have had to retaliate somehow. That bitch would have got tased in the halls or something. Like, she probably would have got beat up after school. Like, you're not about to run at me over no damn knife. Like, what? Over a nigga too? Over a boy? You're gonna charge at me with a knife? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Let's find another one. Damn, and then y'all keep sending me these sad ass stories. Oh my God. Someone said they got kicked out of their house for being gay, and I just read a little bit of it and I'm like, oh my God. That's so sad. I'm probably just gonna like message you privately about that. This one is called "My Man Is Not Dicking Me Down." It sounds like you need to go and pass out another boyfriend application because that's part of the requirements for the position. You need a bachelor's in dick downery, and yeah, that's inadequate. Let's see. Hey girl, I love your channel. I need advice on what to do when you are sexually frustrated. My boyfriend and I have been together for a year now. It's only been a year and he's already given up on fuck it. Oh my God. Also, we live together and y'all ain't fucking. Oh my God. He's 22 and I'm 21, so we are basically in the period of life that sex should be constant. When we first started dating, we were very sexual and all honestly pretty freaky. We even had sex on the first date because what can I say, hoe is life. We also practice BDSM. Oh, so we have collars, whips, ball gags. Oh my God, bless. Now he complains that he's tired since he works a full-time job and doesn't have the energy to have sex. I understand that, but then I'll wake up to him masturbating right next to me. Oh, bless. No, that's trifling. That's trifling. Like, how are you gonna starve somebody and then open up the buffet when the building says closed on it? Like, that's fucked up. Like, that's fucked up. Oh my God, okay. He says it takes less energy to masturbate, which I don't understand since I'm right next to him, but okay. Girl, what you need to do is like, you just need to suck his dick and then get on top. Because if he wants to be lazy, like, there's no excuse. Like, you just need to suck his dick, get on top, and if he tells you to stop, then something's off. Like, something's off. Like, But if he's tired from working full time, because I feel him, because when I was busting my ass at Ratchet Corp, I would be tired too, and I didn't want to fuck. Like, so I feel him on that. But if my man goes down on me, all of a sudden I got all the energy in the world. So maybe he just needs, you know, you to take a little initiative. I don't know. I'm gonna finish reading it. Okay, let's see. He also said if he's masturbating, then that's my invitation to join in and get him to have sex. Anytime that he does want to have sex, he immediately grabs the lube. Apparently he thinks I'm not capable of getting turned on, which isn't true. I'm not ready to have sex because we don't have any foreplay, not even kissing. So he's just trying to shove the dick in there. Oh God. First thing, he's a Scorpio, and all they do is think about sex. Then I'm a Libra, so I have to get attention and have amazing sex. If I don't get those things, then over time I honestly start to get salty. Like, now everything he does annoys the living hell out of me, but it's not anything that he hasn't done before. I know, because then once you take sex out of it, you guys are basically just like roommates that share a bed. Like, so I could see how every little thing would start to piss you off, because it's like, yo, what's up? Like, I've spoken to him about it, and he said he feels like it's his fault, which partly it is, but I don't put blame on anyone. I just want something to change. Otherwise, my life is super happy. And yes, guys, I masturbate too. My side hustle is being a cam girl. Okay, bitch. Okay, bitch. Okay. Ah. Which my boyfriend encouraged me to do, and he loves the fact that I do it. I'm just craving some physical attention and shit, some romance every once in a while. I don't want to try to have an open relationship, but the guy always gets hurt when the girl is getting more action than himself. I also don't want to break up for something so trivial. Any suggestion, tribe? Thanks for reading my long story. Love you, Amana. Aw, and she sent a little picture of herself. She's pretty. Girl, yes. Okay, so what you need to do, like I said, is if you catch him masturbating, suck his dick. You know, I don't know about you. This is so graphic. Okay, rated R. If nobody wants to hear rated R warning. Here we go. I don't know about some of you guys, but when I give foreplay to other people, it gets me like moist or whatever, a little moist or whatever. So maybe when you see him masturbating, like, try to give him head, and then it'll turn you on, and then y'all could do that. Or you could get like, he just seems like the type, which is really weird because Scorpios usually aren't like this, but he seems like the type where he might need you to take some initiative. But I can see how it could get really sad when you want somebody to pay attention to your body and stuff and they're not doing it. Because I was thinking like, girl, just give him head and then flip that booty over, and then y'all could just 6'9", you know, and then y'all could get it going on, then you could pop up on top of him and then y'all could do it. But my mind is a little too rated M for mature for YouTube, so I can't really go into depth. You guys may need to sit down and talk and figure out what you like, what he likes, and then, you know, I guess you could try to take the initiative more. But, you know, because you are a cam girl and you work from home, and he does work a 9 to 5, which is something that I had to chill with myself with, is it's like, they do get tired, you know, they gotta do a lot. They're not sitting at home like we are, and it's like we sit at home and we wait for them all day type shit, and then when they finally get here, it's just like, oh my god, them, and you want to be all over them and shit. And we're both air signs, so I know that's how you be doing too. So we're ready for action once the lights turn off and it's time to go to bed. But like, literally, I would try to space it out so he doesn't feel so pressured to be like, oh my god, I have to perform type thing. Like, space it out, you know, maybe give him a blowjob on Monday, chill. Then on Tuesday, you know, have sex. And then, you know, Wednesday, chill. Thursday, chill. Maybe Friday, give him another blowjob. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, try to mix it up a little bit so that it doesn't feel so forced, and maybe it'll get easier. But I just feel like you guys need to communicate, but like, try not to put all the blame on him so he doesn't feel like less of a man, you know. Alright guys, that is it for Tribe Tea. I hope you guys like these longer editions of Tribe Tea so that I can fit more of you guys' stories into the segments. And yeah, if you guys have any advice for any of the 4 stories that I read for you guys, put them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off.